All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I'll bet that. Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk first. I'd like to get this off my chest because this is just going to be a rant. So this is not really pre-programmed. This is just the ramp. I noticed that there are a lot of people that are looking at some of the videos that I repost, and they're saying, oh, this person didn't do this, this person did do that, and what they're talking about, it don't make sense, etc., etc. First and foremost, listen to the message. The message. If a person tries to speak about how they case mail and deliver mail, listen, I couldn't deliver that message. Everybody does it different in different parts of the country. Some things work better for others than it does, some people. So for a person that's brand new, you take little bits and pieces of advice and then you formulate your own style. I noticed that with the carrier craft itself, y'all are very judgmental. You are. Yeah, that's true. Also, there was a gentleman that was showing and explaining how expensive the gear is alone. And I get it. That gear is expensive. As a MVS driver, motor vehicle operators, we have the same exact outfits, uniforms as the carriers, except for the stripe on the pants. That's the only difference. And yes, it is extremely expensive. And I believe that he was simply trying to deliver the message about how expensive it was and, et cetera, et cetera. I know that he may have been scratching, or I didn't even pay attention to it. I'm a man, so I don't think I didn't notice. But the message alone, I think, was what he was trying to deliver, and that's why I reposted it. To somebody that's new coming in, they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's really wild. And I'm not here to second guess or even talk about how expensive that is, because that's something that the carriers and I guess the whole post office has to deal with. We getting ripped off. It just doesn't make sense. But I'm reading comments, a lot of comments when I talk about attendance issues. And here goes. Listen, everybody complains about attendance. And before anybody gets offended, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm laying out the way it really is, piece by piece, because everybody has their side. Everybody has their reason, right? But at the end of the day, consequences, they don't care about excuses. I believe we all can agree with that. Consequences are consequences. Number one is, one call out doesn't just disappear. It's not just, person just called out. One call out means, it's the domino effect, right? Means that somebody else has to run the route. Somebody has to pick up the slack. Somebody out there with 2 hours added to their route. I guess that's how it works for carriers. They split it up. Somebody's clerk shift may have just doubled. A tractor trailer driver may be pulling an extra load, picking up something that normally he wouldn't have to do. That's the ripple effect. That's what happens, okay? Number two, because we're going to bounce around a little bit because I didn't really structure this well, is sick leave. Sick leave is 100% a benefit, and I'm just going back through all the comments that I read, so please just bear with me. I'm going to try to address everything. It is a benefit, and we earned it by working, right? But it wasn't meant to be used as a weapon. When people abuse it, it's not management that pays for it. It's your fellow coworker. We can agree with that, right? The guy that's sweating in the LLV until late at night because your absence just became that carrier's problem or the truck driver's problem or the mail handler has to do the extra work. But then you have number three, I'm sure about this one is in the comments as well. It's the mind your own business group, right? The crew. They just mind your own business. Don't worry about me. This is my leave. I earned it. And I get that. You did earn it. But in the post office, your business is everybody's business, because when you call out, it automatically becomes somebody else's overtime. That's just how it is. Now, management, they love to cry sick leave abuse, but we have to be real and 100 about it, because management is guilty too. They grind people down with these 12-hour days, these 6-day-a-week work weeks, the old trucks with no AC, the busted equipment. That's how people end up taking the sick leave in the first place. Domino effect is what we're talking about, right? So management can't cry abuse if you're the one creating the abuse. Oh, let's talk about the union. I respect the union. It is 100% needed. They protect people from harassment, retaliation, write-ups, and write-ups that are not justified. But on the flip side, right? Sometimes it turns into a shield for the ones who are really dragging the whole place down. The ones everybody knows that nobody can touch. Am I making sense? So who really gets punished in all of this? It's not the ones abusing the leave. It's the ones showing up every day. They're the ones taking on the extra work, burning out, questioning why even bother. But we got to get to the real point. Customers, right? Customers. They don't care about our personal internal wars. They don't care if it's sick leave. They don't care if it's FMLA, OWCP, or just burnout. They want their packages, their insulin, their paychecks, whatever it is, on time, period. That's what it is. But then we get to the urban areas, right? Customers are already fed up. The rural areas, actually everywhere, they get fed up and they never see the same carrier twice. That's what they've been saying. And you know why? Because people are quitting. We have a high turnover rate, no consistency. Customers don't see reliability. They see chaos. Now, management says, we'll hire more people. And they do. But those new hires, they get thrown scraps. They get 2 days this week, 1 day next week, no steady schedule, no steady paycheck. They can't live off of that. So they quit, they walk. And then we're right back to where we started, the vicious cycle. And here's the kicker. When management does try to crack down on attendance, it turns ugly. People feel like they're harassed. The morale drops. The union jumps in. Grievances filed. Most of the time, discipline gets overturned anyway. So the whole thing feels pointless. You see where this is going? OWCP, that's workers' comp. That's supposed to be a lifeline. And a lot of people really do get injured. Carriers especially. E-stroke, backs blown, knees, shoulders. But you also got a lot of people stretching those claims for as long as possible. And again, it's the co-workers that are picking up the slack. The same with FMLA. 100% necessary. It is the law. It saves jobs. But when there's 3, 4 people in a station that are rolling FMLA, the rest of the crew is stuck working until dark, covering routes. They don't know. Dealing with angry customers at the stations when the clerks are dealing with the people. And here's what nobody really wants to admit. The post office spends more money covering absences than it would fixing the root problem. Better hiring, right? Better training, right? Better equipment, right? But nah, They just rather burn overtime into the ground. That's why we stay in debt. Every call out makes overtime go up. That bill goes up. And guess what? It's not free. That money is specifically bleeding straight out of whatever USPS is supposed to profit. And here again is a reality check. Raises, they do not come from Congress. Understand that. They do not hand out charity. Raises come from revenue. If customers do not trust us to deliver, I had one video where there was UPS, FedEx, whatever it is, a short. And look at the comments yourself. They don't trust us as much. If businesses keep pulling contracts and going to those other guys, our revenue shrinks. No money, no raises. It's simple math. We say we want better pay, and I agree, we deserve it. But you can't sell better pay to the public if they can't even count on us to get their mail on time. If they can't count on the same face delivering to the same mailbox every day. Reliability is the product. Think about that. And if we ain't selling reliability, we're not selling at all. Because people are saying Amazon does better than us. Competitors out there like Amazon, UPS, FedEx, they just waiting to snatch our contracts. Because every time we miss, we stumble. Customers jump. And once they're gone, it is rare they ever come back. Meanwhile, automation is creeping in. And people are like, well, they can't do our jobs. They doing it. The sorting machines, the parcel lockers, the self-driving trucks, the drones. They don't call out. They don't need FMLA. They don't need overtime. And do not think the higher-ups don't see it. If 75% of these jobs can be automated in the next 5 years, guess who's first on the chopping block? The ones with the garbage attendance record. The system is keeping track of us already. The bottom line, the good employees, the ones that show up, are the ones getting punished today. And they'll be the ones getting punished tomorrow too. Because when management decides to treat everybody like they're lazy because of a few people who abuse them, we're all gonna feel it. So again, what do we have? We have a vicious cycle. We have the workers calling out. We got the management overworking. We have the union defending. We have the customers complaining. We got new hires quitting. We got good employees burning out. USPS is bleeding money. And all that pointing fingers instead of facing the truth. Where do we go? These are consequences, not just for the ones calling out, but for everybody tied into the system. We want raises. We want better benefits. But our service should match. Because if public doesn't see reliability, the money stops. And when the money stops, everything else stops. That's the hard truth that nobody wants to say out loud. But Jay is saying it. It is not helping us when the public sees us in a specific light. They go look for entertainment and they go to the TikToks. And what do they see? I don't even need to recap that. You saw it for yourself. I spoke about this about a month ago before people started sending me those videos. And now you're seeing them and half of you are disgusted. But that's what the public sees. I get 3,000 views. They're getting 40, 50,000 views. Think about that. Again, does that look reliable to you? Compounded with the fact that people are calling out. Is there a fix to this problem? This is just a rant. Because again, I see it from all sides. All sides. People in the comments keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. It's good. Ain't nothing gonna happen. That's gonna be a 204B. That's a future management right there. That's the sad way to look at it, but it seems like it happens to be the truth. We gotta fix this broken system. We gotta change this culture. Listen, I think that's enough for my rant. I appreciate y'all that stuck around to the end. Please, when you listen to messages, pay attention to the message. Don't pay attention to my couch or, the wire or, man, you got a fi-fi mic, man, and that mic sucks. Just pay attention to the message. That's all it is, the message. All right? And if y'all don't like that, all I hear is talking. I don't sweat that. Y'all ain't gotta like me either. I respect that. This is JH, and I'm out.
All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.